Today we're going to be taking a look at the veteran class formerly known as Marcus, going over all recent changes from Op 5 and new best ways to play him. So starting off, we have his ultimate duration was changed from 10 to 20 seconds. More importantly, his focus now at max level is increased by 100%. So if you have his focus at level 6, you will have a 40-second duration. He can no longer, as most of you are aware, get his ability from multiple waves, but he still is pretty powerful. So, the 4 cards that I do recommend, and I'm going to give you an alternative for the 5th and then go into some other stuff on him, how to get your ultimate back faster, is Headshot Master, Focus, Dug In, and Custom Lancer. Now, you could use Band of Brothers besides Dug In. Dug In will give you more protection in between trying to get your ultimate up, or if it gets hairy in the later waves or something. Dug In is really nice. Now, your 5th card is going to be either Flankum or Last Ditch. Last Ditch is better after you've taken damage. Flankum is better when you're at full health. Even when you're firing at like a straightaway path and mowing the enemies down in front of you, you will actually get a lot of flankum hits. As long as you're not hitting them directly in the front, even like the slightest angle on them, a lot of times you'll get the flankum bonus, allowing you to shred more enemies in that 40 seconds. Depending on the map and depending where you're posting up, I would personally, for you, I would try both cards out and see which one I like better. I'm kind of leaning towards Flankum. It allows me to do damage on the Matriarch as well. If it does get past bosses, I can flank them. If we're fighting last, I can just walk behind that too. I shred when I'm using my ability fairly quickly. I do get a lot of flankum hits, a lot of flankum bonuses, so I am liking the card. Generally, you'll take a little bit of damage even when in cover, even if you're strapping back and forth. Definitely both out, see which one you like better. But let's get into how to get your ultimate back and what to spend your perks on now, because it is a little different. You are now going per cooldown. No ammo regen, no health in the beginning. Health will be your 3rd perk. You don't need, and you can burn all 300 shots. Just make sure you have a fresh Retro Lancer when you start your ability, and you need no ammo regen. So we are going to be upping our cooldown basically. You could mix in a couple assault rifle damages if you want, but more importantly, get your ultimate cooldown up, then your assault rifle damage up, and lastly, when you have the money, get your health up. And we're going to be using the Retro Lancer, and second, you have a couple of choices. You have the long shot, Shot Master, 60% extra critical damage. He can actually active long shot claws and the elite claws even in the wave 40 or the 10 to 12 set. So that active a large boost, kind of like 20% or so once you got your cooldown. So the long shot is actually a great way to get your ability. The long shot, just active a couple of drones down or a scion or 2, and you'll basically have your ability right back. Another weapon you can use is the tri-shot. The tri with the Dug In and the Last Ditch combo. You get the bonus damage reduction while in cover, and then becomes an absolute beast. Thirdly, we have the GL. Now, the GL, we're going to active the GL, then we are going to hit with the grenade launcher high health enemies. The way the cooldown works is by damage inflicted. If you hit an enemy that's already like down, he has no health. So even if you hit him with the grenade launcher with an active, you're going to get no cooldown. But if you drop say you have 10 cooldown already in the perks, and you drop an active GL on a stump. Well, I did that when I had 10 on the cooldown, and I'm not sure how much on the assault rifle. And I got back like 75% from almost having nothing right after using my ability. I had like nothing on the cooldown, and I got over 75% from one active GL on a stump. Now you get that much off everyone. Generally, when you drop it on like a Master Scion or a Master Stater, you're going to get back roughly 25%. But all you have to do is get a couple of well-placed active GL shots, and you basically got your ability right back. So those are definitely the 3 best weapons to use: long shot, tri-shot, and active GL, with the active and hitting the grenade on high health targets or groups of enemies. You can also, in the beginning of the game, use the Marxa if you're trying to conserve money and you don't have somebody to give you a retro. Or you want to run the retro. So you can even use the Marxa with your ability. I would actually spam the Marxa till I ran out of ammo, and because of that, headshot master extra damage. And you can active 3-shot down master drones in the beginning first set of waves, whether it be the first 4 in Frenzy or the first 10 in a standard 50. Active headshot down or kill with the Marxa is pretty good. That's basically Foz right there. And yeah, you are 2 I want to say you're 2 active headshot. I think you're 3 active headshot on Scions. Foz is 2 late game, but Marcus is 3, and that's still pretty damn good. He might actually be 2. I can't actually call whether he's 2 or 3, but yeah, he's very powerful with the active long shot all game long. So if you do like the long shot, you can definitely rock that all game long. And yeah, that is all the changes. There wasn't many. I mean, it was a very significant change to him, but all the changes made to Marcus from Op 5 and the new best ways to play him. Just want to go in real quickly before I end this. I just want to comment before I get all these comments like brutal efficiency is better. Brutal efficiency, yes, you can chainsaw a couple enemies at the end. I've tested this with somebody else. They tried chainsawing and getting their ability back at the end. I got so many more abilities just using the long shot in the beginning of the game and then going to the GL mid-game when we had the money and I could just burn, I could buy one and then I just swapped off. And yeah, I was just getting my ability left and right. Like, if I started my ability in the beginning of a wave, then I'd have it right back, and I could use. Sometimes I even use it twice in the wave, and almost I get it either right back or have it again for the next wave. Like, that's late game on a 50 though, when you have the active GL and you land the shots on good targets. But yeah, you don't need brutal efficiency in the beginning of the game. Just use your Lancer, get a Marxa, get a long shot, get a retro, and hit your targets. You can easily do this without brutal efficiency, and having flankum or allows you to optimize your living legend and do a lot more damage, and also later on get your ability up a lot faster. Because while you can't chainsaw in the middle of a wave, you can easily go get flankum damage or last ditch damage and get that cooldown up really quick once you got your perks already up. And that is the best card setup 5 for Marcus. I hope that helps.